Hello, friends. Hello, hello, hello. I'm back for another round in John Goes Digital. And what's his pull list like now in 2022? Thank you to TM Nerdy tailgating in here. Good to see you, Travis. He says he's gone digital so he can read the week of books as they come out. Unruly Simeon Lane, you're always in here, and I appreciate it, my man. So I'm going to run through, I'm going to use the League of Comic Geeks website, just kind of look through what's coming up for April and what's coming up for May. Just get a sense of, does my pull list reflect what I want it to? Am I going in the right direction? I'm trying to be harder on myself. I notice I am saving a little bit of money, which is great. More important right now, saving space. So I'm trying to make sure that those two things are both happening. I've really done a great job of scaling way back. The last 2 weeks in a row, I've only had 3 floppy comics each week, which has been fantastic. It's freed me up to buy a couple of trades that I've really wanted to buy, and I felt really good about that overall. So that's kind of where I'm going. I started this all off as part of a grand experiment here in 2022, right, kicking it off right in January, and been slowly paring that all down as I've gotten further along. Some other folks jumping in the chat. It is new wavy. Yes, yeah, it's the wave of the future. Chaos was even encouraging me by trying to give me some digital codes to things. So I appreciate that, Chris. Very kind of you. We got the Downright Nerdy podcast here. How are you doing? Happy Sunday to you. I hear you on space. Yeah. I mean, it's a big part of it for me because I don't want to buy any more short boxes. I would rather empty some and give stuff away than add more. And so I'm not in a place where I want to keep adding, right? Gore says, just be careful and don't get as many books as Chaos. I, in some ways, am mirroring Chris's thinking. Chaos, known for get issue 1 of an indie, then buy the trade later on, as opposed to like trying to keep up with all of them, which I think it strategically works better for me. And then I can give away trades if I want to and keep that issue 1 or whatever. I think there's a little bit there that I could really appreciate. Simon says, good evening, comic book family. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Snoogans. Snoochie Booches. Everybody's saying hi. Awesome. So here's my strategy. I'm going to go through the League of Comic Geeks website with you all. Going to show you kind of where I'm at with what they're doing. And then you can let me know. Am I missing something in my list here? Is there good stuff, bad stuff that I'm missing? And then we can go from there. So I'm going to share screen here with what I'm looking at. This is the League of Comic Geeks website. If you haven't heard of them, I would say it seems to be the most functional app and website combo for looking at books that are coming out. I know Previews Magazine also has a website, and that works for people as well. I feel like the biggest problem I've got is publishers often change dates, and very few websites are able to keep up with all the dates that change for these new release comics. So that's one of the challenges with League of Comic Geeks. I've noticed frequently on the app that books I think are coming out and that it says are coming out aren't, in fact, doing so. And that happens almost weekly. So I just want you to be aware that if you use this website, if you use this app, that could also frustrate you as well. But I use it as a general guide, and it kind of helps me see what's on the horizon, especially for the big 2. But beyond that, I understand if some of the indies that you love, Vault and Scout, if their schedules fluctuate, it can be frustrating. We got Air Spider in here. Good to see you, sir. How's that going? So let's take a look. I am currently looking at this week, and we'll start there. We can look at what's coming out this week ahead, which is a fairly big week overall. Some books that I'm very interested in, including Dark Ages here. This is issue 6 from Dark Ages, the Tom Taylor alternate universe Marvel event. I believe it's a 12 issue or an 8 issue miniseries. This is issue 6, and that is going to be on my pull list for sure. I think I've officially decided Something's Killing the Children is going to move to trade waiting, and I believe I need to write that onto my. So I keep on my phone a list for what I'm buying. So I'm going to put Something's Killing the Children here. Something's Killing the Children is now officially in my trade paperback section. I just feel like it's a book that I am enjoying more reading in big chunks, and I don't mind being spoiled if there's like huge spoilers. And so I think it's a book that I'm perfectly fine moving into that area. So that's just my personal preference. Let's see what else is going on. People in the chat heard Amazon somehow managed to F up the reading. Yes, the Comixology update has many people frustrated, not happy with the new format. Let's see here. Paper shortages, says Chaos, definitely makes them not show up on time. Totally agree. Sorry, I skipped. I'll get to you in a second, JP. Brother John, what is going on, sir? JP says, only question is, will John have enough space on the net to read the 600 X books that come out next month? Luckily, he doesn't read the 1,500 Bat books that also come out. I mean, both are very fair. Very, very fair. You X of Bat. That could be coming up here. Air Spider says, I keep saying that I'll start reading X-Men on the app, but there's just too much X-Men. And I respect that and understand it completely. And Chaos is with me. He likes it better in trade. And that's just kind of where I'm at, even after discussing it with JP on his channel. If you haven't seen the recent discussion, we were reading the third trade paperback of Somebody's Killing the Children. Or no, it's the fourth one, isn't it, JP? Yeah. The flashback storyline, and I think I came to that conclusion that I just preferred it better in chunks as opposed to individual issues. So that is a book that is going down on the list from a pull list book to a trade paperback read. Next, we have Immortal X-Men #1, and this is going to be in that I'm reading it digitally zone. I'm going to make sure that I've got it here on my list, because anything Marvel related, for the most part, especially anything X related, I'm happily reading them this way. So Immortal X-Men is moving over to that device reading. And I honestly, it's just too much. I respect everybody's thoughts on that. I agree. But I also don't want to miss out on the storylines. This is Kieran Gillen, a writer that I really admire. So I'm very curious what he does with it. But I can't store it all. I just can't store it all. Beckman says, I'm too vested in continuing my runs. And I get that for sure. Gore says, I think I'm the only one who hasn't read Somebody's Killing Children and has no interest. I mean, I get it. I respect it. Volume 4 was better than 1 through 3. I guess that sums up my view on the title. Well, there you go. Also on this page, or this lineup here, is Swamp Thing by Ram V, and I am collecting that in paper format. I think expanding the run was not the way to go, but I do want to see how Ram V finishes this miniseries. I think they went to 16 issues now, so I will continue to read that. That is on my pull list. Let's see here. As far as actual paper comics go, that is on my pull list. Let's see. Swamp Thing. Yeah, it's got that already. So I'm going to keep scrolling down here. This is all next week's books. I'm not a Radiant Black fan. I do like Batman and the White Knight as just an idea, but I am not reading that in single issues. I'm reading that in trades. So I'm definitely not going to, I'm going to skip that Sean Murphy issue #1. Silk, no, none of that. Now we get into some indies that I am reading. Righteous Thirst for Vengeance and New Burn. And I got to double check if New Burn is a new story arc or not. I think it was a single issue last time. I mean, I'm really enjoying it, but I think New Burn is one that I moved into trade waiting, and I'm kind of fine doing that. Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, on the other hand, I don't want to miss. So I'm going to probably keep Righteous Thirst for Vengeance paper and New Burn as a trade. Uh-oh, say something about Bear Island. I don't have that. No, what do I have? Like, what is the closest thing I could say? How about this?
Wow, a super chat. Thank you.
I mean, that's about as close as I can get. Thanks for the super chat, Lane. That was very nice of you. You didn't have to do that. Let's see here. I missed some comments here. You wouldn't like it, Gore. When you actually kill children, a comic book about it would be boring. Ouch. Yikes. Intense. Canadians are too nice to read something's killing children. I get that. They are on Hoopla. Individual issues are on Hoopla because I knew Hoopla is usually the trades. So I was curious. That's curious. Newburn, it does not say if it's a new story arc, but some of them have been like individual issues anyways. So, but I recommend both from Image. They're both very entertaining. X-Men Unlimited Latitude. That is something that's going to be going over to the reading digital realm. So this is X-Men. These names are horrible, by the way. X-Men Unlimited Latitude. And I believe that Hickman actually wrote this issue. So for some people, might be something they want. The rest I look at here, not really reading any of that. Step by Bloody Step from Image is on my pull list now. I really enjoyed that, and I'm adding that indie from Image Comics. Image Comics, I'm still really enjoying a lot of their stuff. Step by Bloody Step. And I thought issue 1 was great. I know a lot of people complained there wasn't enough talking. It was mostly just imagery, but I loved the imagery, and it told a great story. So, yes, I am in on more Step by Bloody Step. I've yet to fall into the Radiant Black universe. I disliked issue 1 and then stayed away from it. I know it's now like branching out and super popular, so I get it. Let's scroll down. I think I'm nearing the end of what I'm getting. I'm not getting Sensational Wonder Woman the special. I think I'm past what I was getting now. Most of the rest I don't think I'm picking up next week. Some great stuff. Usagi, I'm reading in collected volumes. Great character and always entertaining. Usagi, always entertaining. I think that's it. Nice. So up here at the top, I click over to the first week in April. So let's see how we're doing here in April. I do know that the current Batman storyline is ending, and that at some point over summer, I think summer is when the creative team for Batman shifts, and I will be diving on board for that. So that transition to the new team, I will be on for that. This week looks like I'm definitely getting the finale for Devil's Reign. That's going to be on my list. X-Force is going to be a digital read. She-Hulk. Did anybody like She-Hulk? Let me know what you thought of She-Hulk. I bought that amazing Mayhew variant cover, but I never read it. So I don't know if it's worth the time. Some people told me they liked it. Some didn't. Dave collects what's going on. Cities of Magic. I'll have to scroll back up and check that one. Let's see here. It's my favorite series from the last 8 years. Now I really need to scroll back up. Lord of the Flies. Oh, that's an amazing book. Yeah, amazing book. It's a series. Oh, no, you're talking about Deadly Class. Sorry, you're talking about Deadly Class. I'm just going to keep moving on. They're print versions of the Infinity comics that are on Marvel Unlimited. So sweet. I can just read it over there. Save me the trouble. I got to look up the Cities of Magic. June or July is when it changes on Batman. Okay, there you go. So I'm definitely there for that. And I will probably buy those issues, in a hard copy. AFP and see what's going on. Joel the Geek, my brother, man. How you doing? Good to see you. Let's see. Black Widow 15. Finally. There he is. He's excited for the Black Widow. So let me see. Was that? I don't know how. I guess that was on the previous page. So I'll have to look for that Cities of Magic. I don't know that one. X-Men Red. I will probably buy a variant cover for X-Men Red because there are all these amazing Storm covers out there. And you know me, I am just an absolute fool when it comes to Storm. So I probably will buy a Storm X-Men Red variant, depending on how busy the week is. So far, I've only got Devil's Reign as my only guaranteed physical copy. So that I'm feeling good so far. I will digitally read the X titles like Marauders, the new run of Marauders. I'll digitally read that. Skipping Spider-Punk and the new Strange storyline. I'm skipping all that. Little Monsters. I think I'm gonna save Little Monsters for a trade read. So I'm writing it down now, and like I'm just deciding it right now. I just didn't love issue 1, so I'm gonna wait on Little Monsters as far as a trade read. This is the new one from Dustin Nguyen and Jeff Lemire, who I usually love. Didn't love that first issue. Wonder Woman Historia, that is on my hardcover purchase list later on. I'm hearing great things, but I have not purchased any of that stuff yet. Scott is here. What's going on, Scott? Good to see you. Let's see here. Sitting down from doing chores and inputting comics into CLZ. There you go. Sleepy Reader is here along with Circumstances. What is going on? I pre-ordered the BW 15 months ago. What was that? I don't know which one BW is. I'm going so fast. I'm trying to get through it because I know I don't want this to take like 3 hours. I'm on with JP here in about an hour, so I got to be ready. Let's see here. Nothing on this line. Scrolling down. Yeah. Ooh, a new Boom Studios book called Alice Ever After. Let's see who's involved in that. It's always the writer and artist that hook me when it's happening. Dan Panosian is the writer, and Giorgio Spalletta is the artist. It looks like some kind of an Alice in Wonderland twisted story. I'm going to pass. I'm good. I don't need it. Cut. If you can, whenever you can, make those cuts. Let's see here. I don't think I'm getting anything on this line. I know there's some series that are ongoing that people are telling me I need to get. And when those trades drop, that's when I'll be diving in on some of these indies. I'm doing a good job. I think this is a light week. I'm actually surviving week 1, April. So I'll treat myself to a X-Men Red variant. I'll treat myself that week. Yeah, I've never read any of Nottingham. I do need to get around to that at some point. What is up, Carlito? Good to see you, my brother. I know you're leaving, but good to see you. Let's see that. What did Unruly say? Did I miss something funny from Unruly? Pre-ordered it. I don't know what BW is yet, so I'm still trying to figure out what BW stands for. All right, I'll catch that. I will figure out what BW stands for at some point. Maybe not today. Probably not tomorrow. Moving on to the second week in April. What do we got? We got X-Men, with a cool X-23 cover. I'm not reading Venom, not reading Batman Catwoman. So basically on that top row, the only physical comic I'm buying is on the far side there. The Superman Son of Kal-El issue 10 is what I'm reading as far as purchases. I will read digitally X-Men, but I'm purchasing Superman Son of Kal-El for now. Do you have a number per week or month you aim for? I want to stay in like under 5 a week is like definitely. But if I can get under 3, I'm feeling very good. Oh, he's talking about Black Widow, BW. Got it. I got it. Gore says, traded in 5 Kate's Carnage books for 23 Jonah Hex books. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot of Jonah Hex books. So that's the only book that Tom Taylor Superman's the only one on that line that I'm getting. So that's one there. I'm not reading any of that next line. So I'm going to just keep scrolling. That was one. Number 2 is Green Lantern. I'm still giving Greg Thorne. Was it Rick Thorne? I can't remember. Mr. Thorne, the writer of Green Lantern. I'm still giving him a chance, hoping that this storyline finishes up. So I am definitely still getting those in actual paper copies, but I'm on the fence about it. I'm on the fence. So that's 2 books. I have given up on Rain. That book is done. I'm passing on that. Elektra issue 100 makes no sense. The counting on that. I don't know if is that a Zdarsky book? Elektra 100. It's Annocenti. Okay, this is the one Annocenti is doing. Gotcha. Okay. So Annocenti is doing Elektra 100. I'm passing on that. Keeping to no more than 20 a month was easy, but June's going to be tough to stay under. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Unruly. I did not like Noctera. Mostly not. I wasn't angry at Noctera like I was when it was reading witches. I I feel like Noctera is boring. And I specifically think that female character is one of the most bland written characters I've come across. She makes, and she reminds me a ton of the Mila Jovovich Resident Evil character if she was written worse. That's where I'm at with that. So it's like they dumbed down Mila Jovovich's video game character and put her in a comic. I just feel like she has nothing that interests me. And that's the centerpiece of the story. Like they don't emotionally connect me to her at all. I don't care. She's just cool. She looks cool. She doesn't have an emotional center for me. So that's where I am. Yeah, I am a little brutal on Scott Snyder in general. I mean, that's where I'm at. I generally don't like Scott Snyder as a writer. So there you go. See, got me started on Snyder. There it is. It happens. John is spilling tea. I mean, I am. I'm upsetting. Sorry. Drink some water. Calm myself down. So I'm skipping Electra 100. Let's keep rolling here. What do we got? Some new Image comics and Image #1. Some of these indies, it's hard to know until that week arrives and I can kind of look at the artwork or read a little bit up on it. Ooh, I am getting Knighted from AWA Upshot issue #5. That is on my actual pull list, so I got to make sure I'm getting that. And looks like a new Image comic called Town Called Terror, issue #1, something to look at there. Nita Hawes' Nightmare Blog, issue 6. That is on my pull list. So now we're going up. We got 2 more pull list books there. Going up, going up, going up. I think that put us at 4, or put me, I should say me, not us, me. Put me at 4. And I'm scrolling quickly through the bottom of the list because that tends to be where stuff that I am not getting. So there you go. So that's 2 more indies that I'm getting. I've got the first 4 issues of Knighted based on a recommendation from the One True Nerd King on Instagram. I snagged those. So yeah, really just anybody named Snyder. Let's just get rid of all of them. All of them are gone. So I snagged the first 4. I haven't read them yet. I'm waiting for issue 5 because I think that's the end of the series, and I'm just going to read all 5. Ooh, I would be very excited for another Lonely City. I did not see that in my scrolling, so I'm assuming that was not in the list there. Kill Lock, is that another AWA? Because most AWAs I'm reading in trade. If they're on issue 4 or whatever, I'm not going to just dive in at issue 4. That's not going to happen. That's way too much. Especially with the cheap pricing on the AWA trades, it's kind of a no-brainer for me. All right, week 3. This is, week 3 in April the 20th. We got Nightwing. You know I'm reading Nightwing. That is tops of my pull list. Definitely reading that. I will read, that's a paper copy. I'm going to read Wolverine digitally. So there I'm reading that. The rest of the line does not interest me. Justice League, Flash, and Hulk, I am sorry. Avengers, very sorry. Keep going. Let's see. I got 1 on this line. I'm going to be Nice House on the Lake, issue 8. That's my next book on this line. I gave up on last TMNT Last Ronin, so I passed on that one. Not interested. This is in the description down below. You'll see the link for the League of Comic Geeks. It's a very user-friendly website. The only challenge being that they sometimes don't keep up with books that get delayed for whatever reason. Knighted is an AWA Upshot book that is centering. I've heard it pitched as if it's a mix of Batman and the Santa Claus. A superhero dies, and whoever is with him when he dies becomes the superhero, and then has to go and live the life. So imagine if when Batman died, if you had to become Batman. That's kind of the plot. Nightwing is superlative. No way is TMNT Ronin going to come out this week. I'd be fairly sure as well. We go 420 for Lonely City. Is it? Okay, I hope so, because I'm on 420. I hope to see it. Is this more null spec? Is that what it's going to be? Ugh. Nightwing is amazing. I absolutely cannot recommend that enough. So Nice House on the Lake and Nightwing are my two physical copies so far. I'm a little behind on Oblivion Song, so I do need to catch up on those trades. I'm a little bit back, but I have been reading Oblivion Song in trade. I think I've only gotten 2 trades in, but I've enjoyed it. Catwoman Lonely City, there it is. So there's my 3rd book, and my 4th book is going to be Blue and Gold. So this is a big DC week for me. I'm going to finish Blue and Gold because this is the final issue of that 8-issue miniseries. So I will be grabbing that. And I don't know, is this the final issue of Lonely City? Let me see what that says. Needs to grow. It doesn't tell me. It does look like it might be the final issue, but they've been publishing it so slowly, it's possible that the next one's just not registering yet. But I'm definitely getting both of those DC books. Let's see. Power Rangers, nope. Try All the Amazons, nope. I'm reading Good Asian in trade, so that's going to be a book I read in trade paperback. I've got the first trade over there. I'm going to get to it. I hear good things. So that's in trade. Philadelphia, issue 21. That is a guaranteed pickup. That puts me at 5 for this week. Bolero puts me at 6. That is a great series I've been enjoying. So that is 6. This is a big week for me. Big week. 6 books. We Live puts me at, oh, you know what? I got to make the choice. Let me check in on the chat while I think about We Live. Ugh, I got to think about We Live. Passing on the new volume of ASM, sadly, even though I'm enjoying the current volume. I get it. Air Spider. There's going to be at least 100,000 people that pre-order it. I mean, I get it. It's 100% Morphin time, says Berg family. What is up, Berg? Hope you're doing well, man. Kill Lock is IDW. This is the 2nd arc. The premise is a robot world that the death penalty in the world is called a kill lock, where you get linked with 4 robots. If one dies, you all die. Oh, geez. That sounds like a robotic human centipede or something. I don't know what's going on there. That's buck wild. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I really am not a fan of anthology books. I get bored with them. So Ice Cream Man just doesn't interest me. I tried Silver Coin. I get bored. I get bored with it. Okay, so JP's saying there's one more Lonely City after that one. Okay, gotcha. I know, Burke, you arrived just in time to hear me say that, right? Sorry about that. Talking about the variants. Yep, I get it. Lots of variants. Been enjoying the good. I heard great things about it. I need to get that. I need to read that trade at some point. Geeky Mama Bear, what's going on? Thinking about trades for most of the books, spending too much money. And yeah, I get that. Philadelphia is the best ongoing series, full stop. That's why you and I get along. It is the best ongoing. I would say the best ongoing indie. I'm still so in the Nightwing love phase that I don't know that I can do that. Did you not hear me, Joel? I was saying it's called leagueofcomicgeeks.com, and the link is right down under this video. You can click the link and go right to it. I'm a mega fan. So let's get to We Live. I think I didn't love the first black and white issues they just published. They published black and white, these 2 kickoff issues, enough. I don't know. Maybe I give it one more issue, but this feels like a book that I'm going to start reading in trade. It's right there on the edge for me. So see, the first issues of the 2nd arc have me debating if I want to pick it up. I am 100% with you. I'm worried it's turning into a comic that I'm not going to enjoy as much as I did in volume 1. It's just because they're evolving the story, and it just doesn't. I don't know that it is as exciting for me. So that's where I am with it. And you know what? I think you and Bearded are convincing me as well. So I'm going to pass. This is a big week for me, so I'm going to use my pass, and I'm going to put We Live. You are moving into the trade reading section, sir. There you go. Bye-bye. There you go. Old Wolf is here. He says, Philadelphia, vampires, werewolves, witches, and George Washington. What more could you ask for? I mean, yeah, right? There it is. Okay, let's get back to the rest of the week. Moving on after We Live. I don't think I got anything else this week, but you just never know. Sometimes something is like way down the list and you just don't realize it. I don't see anything. I should be wearing my glasses. That's why you're all watching me do this. So you can say, like, hey, why'd you skip that book? Because it's fair. And we're done. I'm going to move on to the final week of April. Last week of April, final week. Vampirella. I mean, there you go. Primos. I have heard good things about it, TM. I have definitely heard good things. I may need to go and snag a trade of that at some point. So Saga is a trade way. I've really never read Saga single issue. I've always read it in trade, and I'm fine doing that. I feel no desire to change that pattern in any way. Dark Knights of Steel I buy for my girls, so sadly I'm still getting that. That's a 12-issue miniseries. Is that Tom Taylor? I can't remember if that's Tom Taylor. I think it is. So issue 6 of that is my first #1 book for me. Then we've got, let's see here, New Mutants, reading that digitally. Something's Killing the Children. That's a trade read. So still just got 1 book so far. Strange Academy. I'm trade reading that. So that's going to have to wait. Monstrous. I'm reading in trade. Swamp Thing. So there's my 2nd book. And Crossover is my 3rd book. So there's 3 books in the week of the 27th already. It's pronounced Primos. Oh, Primos. It's Spanish. Okay. Lo siento. I didn't realize it was a Spanish, that the word was being used in Spanish. So Primos. See, I get it. Sorry. That just dawned on me. Took me a little while. I'm slow. Says, I just read Dark Knights of Steel #1. Loved it. There it is. And it's Taylor. It is indeed. And I generally like his stuff that he does when it's like alternate universe stuff a little less. So I'm not as attached to it as my daughters. They love it a lot more than me, but I'm still getting it. Let's see here. Immortal X-Men, reading that digitally. I'm not reading Ghost Rider, not reading Punisher, not reading Harley or Iron Man or Radiant Black. So scrolling on. Sabretooth, I'm not loving it, but I'm reading it digitally. So just I'll probably still keep reading it a little longer. X-Men Red issue 2, definitely going to be excited for more of that story. Scrolling. Giant Size X-Men 1 Thunderbird. I really think I'm skipping this book. I don't know. I don't know. Here we're getting into a ton of, if you look at this line, there's 4 X-Men books right here. You got Marauders, you got Legion of X, which actually is a book I'm very interested in reading. Giant Size X-Men Thunderbird, and Knights of X. So let me just read up on these a little bit. For those of you that are not X fans, I'm apologizing that you're going to have to hear me at least talk about them. Legion of X I like because I'm a big fan of the Way of X storyline that they did. And this is Simon Spurrier continuing that. So I'm happy about that. Knights of X, I'm assuming, is Teenie Howard, and I'm not a fan of her. I mean, her writing, sorry. I don't know her personally. I'm not a fan of the way she wrote the Excalibur stuff, and this looks like a continuation of that, so I'll probably give it a shot, but pass overall. Steve Orlando and Nyla Rose are writing that Thunderbird book. A one-shot that features the X-Men to die, featuring the first X-Men to die. He's grappling with the ramifications of his recent resurrection. It's a one-shot. I'll probably just read it, but I'm not going to buy that. Hard pass. Let's see here. Who did I miss? I missed Kevin. Entropy in Comics. What's going on, Kevin? Garth Ennis will be doing another Punisher miniseries at the end of the year. Okay. Yeah, it does feel like a throwback to the 90s with all the X-Men love. Knights of Khonshu, what is going on? Hello. Knights of X is just Excalibur. Exactly. Marvel really trying to X-Men into that Batman world. Yeah, I mean, this week alone looks wild. So scrolling on, I'm not getting any of those books. Han Solo and Chewbacca, issue 2. which sounds entertaining, but not my thing. Newburn and Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. There they are. I'm definitely going to be reading those. I know people liked Rogues from this last week, but I'm avoiding any of those large format books from now on. I'm going to finish Lonely City, and then I'm just going to read the rest of those in hardcovers because I really can't handle it. I don't want to deal with it. Step by Bloody Step. So we're starting to get into the cycle where we've gone through the whole thing once, and now we're starting to get books popping up again. Ghost Cage. I don't know what that is. That's an indie Image book. Image got a book called Bloodstained Teeth. Looks like it's got a vampire vibe to it. Let's see here. Draculina is still rolling on. The Fourth Man from AWA, I hear, is amazing. This is issue 4. That is a trade wait for me. I hear great things about The Fourth Man. I'm excited to read that when the trade drops, which will probably be in a couple of months here. And nearing, got some G.I. Joe. This is the end of the... Wow, this is a big week. Lots of books coming. Not a ton for me, but definitely a lot of books. All right, so I'm going to get into that first week of May and then check back in over here. What's going on? Rogues was fantastic, says TM. It's only 3 issues. There you go. How many dang Star Wars books are out there? I mean, JP's in the chat. He'll probably tell you. He probably knows. Gore says, hello to people. Garth will be doing his World War II books this summer. Okay, nice. Barbarella, always beautiful. There you go. Okay, so we're back here at the beginning of the month of May. And I'm gonna get through May, and then we're gonna end it, and hopefully I'll do this again somewhere in May to kind of look ahead at June and July. So X-Men and X-Force, I'll read digitally. The rest of this line, I'm not feeling it. I don't like the Venom run. I'm not interested in any of that stuff. Let's see here. Once and Future lost some steam for me, so I have not been reading it. Anybody likes it? Let me know if you're still reading it. I stopped at the end of the first mega arc when they came into our world. That's kind of where I quit. Dark Crisis. Is there a new Crisis coming to the DC universe? Oh, that's the thing where they're like killing everybody, right? Isn't that what they said? They're just going to kill everybody. I don't know. Let's see here. Batman. I'm waiting for the changeover in artists. I'm not really seeing a lot here that I'm getting so far. Was it just sorry, scroll back up. Just digital reads so far. No actual paper comics at this point this week. My LCS is going to be somewhat disappointed in me. A new Secret Invasion? There's another invasion? Yeah. How could it be a secret still? They just did it. I mean, not that long. It was a while ago. But there's, it's not secretive if you're doing it the second time. This might be the first week where I'm not buying anything. Y'all, what is happening? It gives me a chance to purchase some of those trades, some of those AWA trades and things that I missed out on. Yeah, y'all, what just happened? The first time ever, a week of books, I'm not buying anything. What is up, Comic Head? You just arrived and you brought your good luck with me because May 4th, first week of May, doesn't look like I'm buying anything. Yeah, I don't think Star Wars is at Batman or X-Men levels yet. Unruly's still enjoying Once and Future, so maybe I need to keep reading it in trade. I love the artwork. Dan Mora's artwork, Once and Future, stunning. Okay, so it's the big summer DC event. They're killing everybody again. All right. It's a double secret. It's a triple secret invasion, and we don't know what's going on. Yeah, I just blanked that week. I haven't had a blank week in years. It's been an epically long time. So that's impressive. I have not. It's been a long while. Super chat asking to see the shirt. I'm not going full screen, but this is my Iron Man. It's one of my favorite ones. I think I got this from Target. It's Invincible Iron Man classic armor and costume, but you're gonna get a little branding here, my brother. Let's go this way. There you go. Frontier Man is pretty good, says Unruly. So, okay, I got to check that one out. It is indeed an infinite crisis. Superman and Flash died for nothing because it's just there's always another crisis. But I mean, that's the life of a superhero, right? All right, well, let's see if I can pull that hat trick off here and get a couple more weeks of nothing. But I don't think it's going to happen. I do hear good things about the current Moon Knight run, but I've never read Moon Knight, so I'm not going to start now on issue 11. Superman, Son of Kal-El, that's on my list. Nothing else on that line. Sabretooth, I will read digitally. I hear good things about Batgirls. If anyone in the chat's reading Batgirls, let me know. I hear very, very good things. And that feels like something that my girls would love to get a trade of. So I'll probably snag that in trade. Comic Head says, haven't felt compelled to follow a monthly and not wait for a trade in a long while. And I'm getting there. I'm getting to that place where I'm reading more trades and reading more digital, and the individual comics I'm getting are shrinking way down. But let me know about Batgirls if you've read it or are reading it, because I think I'm going to snag some trades of that for my girls. I think they'll really dig it. And JP's letting me know. There it is. So I hear good things. And the art looks great on that too. Here's that amazing Moon Knight Black, White, and Blood cover. Really looks cool. So he's getting his Black, White, and Blood series going. Future State Gotham, Black Panther. Nope. A Gambit one shot. Or is it an ongoing? Ugh, Gambit. Not one of my favorite characters. I like him in small pieces. Oh, this is the Chris Claremont thing. Okay. Claremont is coming back. He is writing a Gambit comic book. That's what it is. And it looks like a one shot. No, there's a second issue coming on my birthday, June 22nd. So this is not necessarily an ongoing, but maybe a mini series that he's doing, depending on how popular it is. I will definitely read it, Chris Claremont, but I'm not going to probably snag a paper copy of that. Let's see. Stillwater. I've heard some good things, but I'm not going to read. What's the Furthest Place from Earth? Heard good things. Might do that one in trade. Sandman universe is coming back. So Nightmare Country issue 2. I'm not caught up enough on Sandman to really appreciate that, I don't think. There's more Nottingham and Draculina. So I am getting some books this week, just not very many. That's a great David Nakayama variant for Red Sonja, Immortal Red Sonja. That's a pretty cool cover. A new Boom Studios book called Grimm, issue number 1. I like that cover. I wonder what it's what's the deal on this. Grimm is Stephanie Phillips writing. Nice. That's a Jenny Frison variant. Always really good to have. I'm sorry, that's the cover A. There is a Jenny Frison variant. Sorry. The artist is Flavio Armentaro. But the plot says Jennifer Harrow is dead, but her journey is only. Oh, this is a continuation of that other comic. It's a spin-off, right? It's like a follow-up, I think. Slightly less annoying than Cyclops. Burn. Hard burn. Might need to put some ointment on that burn. So let's keep rolling here. Looking pretty good so far. More Kill Lock, which I saw the chat was talking all about. I think I'm doing all right. Tales from Harrow County. All right. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. All right. 3rd week of May. Let's see. Wolverine 21, digital. She-Hulk. Nobody mentioned reading She-Hulk. If you did read She-Hulk, let me know, because I don't know if I should read that comic I bought or just love the cover by Mayhew. He did a variant for Wolverine 8 with the instead of the 2 guys in their tuxedos, it's the 2 ladies in their evening dresses. Kind of cool. X-Men Red. Devil's Reign Omega 1. What is this? Devil's Reign Omega 1 is written by Chip Zdarsky, drawn by Rafael de la Torre. It's the aftermath, I guess. It's a tie-in aftermath thing. I don't know. I'll probably buy it because I am buying the Zdarsky stuff. Man. Let's see. Yeah, 2 likes in weeks in a row. Sorry, Joel was saying, remember Free Comic Book Day is the first week in May, so I might want to check out what will be up that week. That's true. Lots of good stuff. Let's see here. Continuing on, I'll buy that one. I did not like Swamp Thing Green Hell issue 1, so I'm not getting issue 2, but it's got a cool Old Man Constantine cover. Nightwing, there it is, issue 92. Looks like Batgirl on the cover there. Some exciting stuff going to go there, of course. And Radio Apocalypse. I read issue 2 and it was good enough that I might try issue 3. I don't know where I am. I'm very on the fence with Radio Apocalypse. It's my least favorite thing I've read from Rom V. I will put it that way. So I'm kind of on the fence. Ooh, JP, do you see it? On the far left, that's Fables issue 151. That's right. Fables is back. The Begrudging, I'll probably buy it. I mean, now that you say that, you're gonna talk me out of it. Hello, Michelle from Moonlit Comics. What's going on, Michelle? So Fables is coming back, and I will probably buy issue 151. It's just a Valiant book that I always really loved. And I think I just need to keep reading the individual issues. I'll probably buy the trades as well. It's probably going to both fall into those patterns. I get it both ways, JP. Just when you thought you were done with us doing those Fable shows, we pulled you back in. And we're scrolling down. Bolero, issue 5. Definitely going to be reading that. X-Men Unlimited, X-Men Green. Man, can these titles get any worse? I don't know. I will probably read that. And it's I just wish they could come up with better names. So I'm continuing to scroll down. I don't think I'm getting any of these. I don't think I'm snagging anything there. So I think May is going to be a very light month for me. So that's kind of nice. Slowly recovering. And there we go. We got one last week in May. The last week in May, I believe. And we're back to Saga again, issue 59. I'll read that in trade. New Mutants, I will read digitally. Something's Killing the Children, I'll read in trade. Department of Truth, I'm reading in trade, and that's coming back. Okay, so there you go. They haven't had a Department of Truth issue in a while, right? We've gone through 8 weeks here and haven't seen one. But I'm reading that in a trade. Swamp Thing 13, that I'm buying. Immortal X-Men, I will be reading for sure, digitally. X-Men Red, I'll be reading digitally. Marauders, I'll be reading. Man, they got a bunch of stuff. And then we're in that Righteous Thirst and New Burn end of the month week. Legion of X is on issue 2. Wolverine Patch number 3. Oh my God. Wolverine is a character I don't need a ton of Wolverine. I like just enough. I don't know. Larry, this is the Larry Hama thing. I'm definitely not reading this. I'm good. He is like writing a standalone storyline that's from the past. I don't need to worry about that. Whew. Step by Bloody Step, issue 4. I'm definitely reading that. Philadelphia, look at that cover. Wow. I think that's supposed to be the character, no pun intended. That's Tituba, the witch from the Salem witch trials, right? From that story. The play. Oh goodness, I'm gonna forget the name of the play, but that character from the play was the one that was rounded up and blamed for what all the little girls were doing in that town of Salem. So she is now a character in Philadelphia. I'm sure someone in the chat is going to tell me. Hard to have names for 900 different X books a month. I mean, I get it. There's definitely a ton happening right now. Definitely more than needs to be. Hey, another Batman book, Batman Fortress, issue 1, which sounds like a is that one of the video game tie-ins? Probably. I'd be willing to bet. Let's see here. Scrolling. Vampirella and Dracula. There you go. Lots of scantily clad ladies here nearing the end. Stranger Things. I have been buying those for Kate. She buys those in trade. We buy the trades for the Stranger Things because it's all the Dark Horse series in trades. I think we might be done, folks. We're down near the end here. I think we're doing well. And My Little Pony, I'm not getting that this time. I think we're good. So I'm going to stop sharing and go back to full screen. Hey, I'm back. The Crucible. Thank you, Gore. Sorry. Too many things running through my mind there. It was the Crucible is the play with the character Tituba, who's the slave with the voodoo connection to the magic that they're kind of getting blamed for doing. Sleepy Reader says, do you girls read digitally? They do. We have the Marvel app. And so whenever my girls want to continue reading a story and we've only got one issue or only one of the volumes, they'll read it that way. So they read the entire Tom Taylor All New Wolverine that way. And then we got gifted a bunch of the run, and then we've finished filling it out. And then I've got the Omni, but they read that series originally all that way. Yes, she was a real person. I know, she's a real person. But obviously the character in the comic probably bears no resemblance to what the actual woman sadly had to go through. So that's it. I'm looking for now. It makes me feel a ton better about May. I was worried that my pull list hadn't shrunk as much as I had hoped, but it's kind of like crimping a hose way back at the spigot, right? So you don't notice that the water has stopped because the water runs for a little while longer before it runs out. So I'm kind of, I had a few weeks where I was like, I'm still buying a ton of books, but this is a great sign. Now I'm seeing my pull list shrinking way down, and I'm freed up to buy some of those trades and buy some of those other books that I want to get instead. So yay. That is it, folks. 53 minutes. 2 months worth of comics. Let me know, what am I missing? What do I need to add to the trade list or the digital read or the hard copy issues? Because there's always a ton of indies that I'm always checking out, trying out, and seeing what's going on. But who knows? JB says May was light for him as well, but June has a lot of tempting potential. Okay. So maybe when I get closer to June, I'll have to pick your brain a little bit and see what you're snagging. So that's it for me for now. I'm going to be on JP's channel here in about 40 minutes talking about Dungeons and Dragons and eating because I'm hungry and I haven't had dinner yet. And it's still being cooked out in the kitchen. So if you want to watch me eat and play Dungeons and Dragons, be ready because it's happening in 40 minutes on JP Budget Collecting. Thanks for everybody for hanging out. Thanks for the super chats. And we will do this again in a couple of months and look ahead at the summer and what that brings. Have a great night, everybody. And I'll see you all back here again soon.